Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Is this on? Is this on? Is this on? Check 1, 2. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Hey, Boyfly, what's up? So, I have a new channel for live streaming. If you go to my community page, or here, let me put a message in the chat. For my first channel, then you can go to the new live streaming channel. How are you guys doing this morning? I don't know what that means. Hong Kong. Hello, Insaints. Yeah, so if you go into my community, hello, Lewis. Here, I'm just about to post a link in the description of this video. Hold on a second. Let's see. I wasn't planning on doing my other channel but I'm just going to bring people over to the new channel. So that's why it's taking a moment to put this on. It's very slow. Okay. Click that link, subscribe to the new channel, and then go to the video that is live right now, and stop watching this one. New channel because I want a new channel. never hurts to have more than one channel. It only hurts to have only one channel. So, cool. Lewis is over. He's been converted. Keep them both, because you'll see as they develop. The new one's going to be my live channel for now. However, I need to get the subs up to get to be able to do it on my phone. So, just yeah, start subbing to the new channel when you want to start seeing live streams. I'll do live streams on my first channel, but the idea is that I'm going to eventually only be doing live streams to the new channel. So there you have it. Let's see. So many browser windows open right now. So how are you guys doing today? Having a good one? So I am going to start getting my breakfast. I had a way late start today. I been setting up the live stream and stuff like that. So I was planning on starting a lot earlier, but so anyway, this is just to convert people over. I'll be live streaming a lot today, and yeah, gonna eat a little bit of breakfast. I'll show you my kind of at-home breakfast routine. So I usually eat this for breakfast. Wow, this one's delayed. Let's wait till this catches up. Yo, thank you, Lewis. I need a beer. Well, that may be coming today. So anyway, before the beer, this is my breakfast that I like oats and almond milk. I used to make my own almond milk when I had a Vitamix, and I might get back to doing that again because the stuff that they sell in these kind of things, it's like barely any almonds. I did a percentage one time, and I think it was like the equivalent of like 3 or 5 almonds or some kind of crap like that. And almonds are a good source of protein, whatever. But it's mostly just to get the kind of consistency. So I mix this together at nighttime, and then I put it in the fridge. In this, and voila, by the morning, it's my cold oats that I like to eat, because it's usually hot outside, so, or here in Thailand, so, and in Hawaii, I did the same thing. This has been my breakfast for quite some time, way before I came to Thailand, but it's kind of lumpy, whatever oats. I had fruit sometimes, um, and but a lot of times I'll just like here I'll just cut up fruit. So right now I think I have a mango that I'll cut up and eat with it, and but I usually eat it separately, just because whatever. That's just what I do. And then also I like to start with some. Not with a whiskey shot. I usually start with a let me go over here real quick with coffee sometimes. Yeah, so I'm going to keep this one going to just kind of feed people over, but eventually I'm going to be turning this one off. Right now I see 32 people over watching the first channel. You need to switch over. There's only 10 watching the new one. You're not going to be watching this one anymore because I'm going to turn it off. So if you'd like to see me live, I suggest you hit the link that I sent and start watching it, because this one is not going to be live. So convert if you'd like to watch live streams of me. So that being said, convert, switch over. See you on the new channel. Okay. So, as I was saying, coffee. I have a love-hate thing for coffee. Let me turn this off. Makes me feel like I have. I have a love-hate thing. Echo. Okay, that's working. Okay, so thank you for switching over, guys. But yeah, like coffee, it's awesome. I love the taste. It's if I have, I don't know. If I have too much coffee, it just gets me too wired and stuff like that. I get edgy. Messes with my sleep, and I don't like that. Although usually I'm so exhausted, I can just pass out lately and stuff like that. Like since I've moved to Thailand, it's been extremely busy. But yeah. I don't know why I'm expecting to hear. I guess it's because the audio is better on the other channel. Okay, well, it's because I'm doing this off of my laptop, and when I get 1,000 subs, you'll start to see live stream outside on the street on this channel. But until then, I'm going to be doing it off my laptop. And you know how it works. You can live stream immediately from a laptop. It takes 1,000 subs. You'll be here in October with tequila. Lewis, awesome. Can't wait. But anyway, yeah, you can immediately live stream from a new channel after you've, what do you call it, certified it or something like that. And then with 1,000 subs, you can do a live stream from the phone. So as people convert over here, hopefully they will switch sooner than later. So So start getting live streams on this channel out and about, and then eventually get up the monetization on this one. But my first priority is to get 1,000 subs on this ASAP. Let's see. No, not retired. Yep. Exchange rate. Lady friend. I have lots of them. I don't know which one you're referring to. I am not demonetized on my old channel. And beautiful Thailand, I believe you're banned from my old channel, but yeah, I'll double check. Because you will be banned from my new channel too. Oh, she's a friend. Where is she? She's not here. Okay, so coffee time, and I'll show you my coffee routine. So that's the oats, and on to the coffee. So once again, I have promoted it. I'm promoting it with a live stream, like I just did, and I will continue to do that until the people switch over. But that one will be posted, the live stream that I just made, so people will. That's the video they just got. Okay, so this is my coffee that I make at night when I do the oats, and I soak this in the fridge, so it's cold coffee in the morning, and then I strain it with this, whatever, like ghetto cowboy coffee style, and then yeah. For consecutive criticism. I don't want to hear it. I'm sure you wouldn't want to hear it. So be an asshole and see what happens to you. I don't want to hear it. You can say whatever you want. You got other places you go and stuff like that, you know. But yeah. And it's not hot, it's cold. But yeah, I don't, actually in Hawaii, I refuse to have anything plastic. Until I came here, kind of, it's just sort of necessary evil. But I used all glass for everything, strainers, and you name it. The Tupperware style things, all glass. But So yeah. So anyway, what I do is I'm gonna put this in the cup. I pour it over the sink, or whatever. So I'll just do that really quick. Yeah. Thank you for thinking of my health. Think of your own health too. I think of my health all the time. That's why I'm vegetarian and yeah, whatever. A grown ass man. Okay, so now that's strained, and I got the almond milk. I'll put that back. You want to be like me? I don't know if you want to do that. Enjoy your anonymity. Yeah, that's why I didn't use plastic, but you know, sometimes it's necessary. Lewis, any reviews on the classroom? I'm not sure what that is. Um, Soy 13 form. I don't know. Is that a bar or something? I'm not sure. Haven't been. I don't think. So I have a watermelon that's sitting in my refrigerator that I've been like uh, waiting to cut open. Maybe I'm gonna eat that. Maybe I'll do that. I'll chop it and then take it outside and eat. Mm. Mm. Oh yeah, the rat race lifestyle in New York. Yeah, I understand that. How long have you lived in New York? Um, I lived there for a while at one point in my life, and it seems yeah, when you live there, it's kind of like there's a lot of people that that want to leave, but it's kind of like it seems like LA and a lot of bigger cities. It's like where else are you going to go? Especially in New York and LA, people it seems to be the thing where people are like, I want to get the hell out of here, but then they're like, where else are they going to live? That's going to provide that kind of entertainment or lifestyle or whatever it is that brought them there, or for work stuff, and um, it's tough. But I think that most of the people who can have a long life living in New York, you gotta get out and take vacations a lot. Um, the winters for me were brutal. That's just like I hate it. But then there's the summers, which are kind of stinky with the garbage and stuff. But I don't know if I want to like answer the troll questions. I don't think I want to. I mean, if someone's asking me some stupid question like this guy is, and he hasn't listened to what Charlie said, it's like I don't know. It's not even worth my time. You're gonna stay at the classroom. What is the classroom? I don't know what that is. Um, you're just staying there. Is it a hotel or a bar or something? Okay. And you are a fool. And goodbye. So, dude. Listen to Charlie. Let's see. Make sure I do this properly. Do the proper exit. So funny the people who like. I mean, are they really that dumb that they don't even listen to the guy that they're they don't even listen to Charlie, the guy that they're obsessed with, and they just or is it just they're trolling? Um, but you sound like a bunch of obsessed weirdos that. Let's see. See how it works, guys? That easy. Yeah, plastic. It's necessary, whatever kind of thing. I mean, I have been without plastic for a long time. A little bit of plastic, whatever. I mean, there are a lot of toxins in the world and things like that. A lot of particles in the air here, especially and stuff like that. If I'm going to be living in like cotton balling my life and stuff like that, I'm not going to really have a very enjoyable life. I think that people get a little bit too obsessed about things, and like maybe I was with the all glass thing, but you know, I mean, just think about it. There's like old ladies who've been like smoking cigarettes and drinking whiskey all their life, or old dudes that are like that, and I say old ladies because I specifically remember watching like a couple old ladies that there's some video that they're just like I've been drinking and smoking all my life, and they're like 90 something or whatever. I mean, you know, it's like there's the fitness people that overdo fitness and stuff like that, and they end up dying in at a young age or whatever. So it's kind of, I mean, you cotton ball your life. That's the thing about that's so screwed up with society, and like the United States as opposed to here, is that they're just cotton balling society with you know um, protecting everybody. Like everything from seatbelt law to helmet law to it's just to tax people. It's just to put penalty so they can extract money from you and stuff like that. And it's really the idea that it's to help you to lower the insurance rates for the world and stuff, or for the people in the country. Really, you buying that? But make sure you keep buying those pharmaceuticals that they tell you to buy. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different things. I mean, I can get into like because it's like I have on one side I want to be healthy. I want to eat healthy. I don't want to have plastics in the world, and I don't want to have toxins and different things in my body and stuff like that. But honestly, I'd be walking around with a face mask, especially around here or any city. I'd be walking around with a face mask and stuff like that, with you know, trying not to get the particles and different crap toxins in the air and stuff like that, and you know, not eating in certain restaurants and stuff like that. That checking the cleanliness of everybody that you're going whenever you're going out to eat, or here especially, or anybody, any place. It's kind of you you can't do that. I mean, you can, but you're gonna have a very boring life, boring existence. I would imagine. It's OG. I don't know. I have to look that up, Lewis. Maybe. I'll look that up and go check it out. Um, the first, I'm not sure, the first bar. Yeah, this is my new channel. I've actually had it in the works for longer than it's even listed as when I set it up. I've had this in the works for pretty much the same amount of time that I've had my other channel, but getting around to getting it up and running and all that kind of stuff is taking a little bit of time. It's only so much to do. Yeah, live fast, die young, you know? Punk rock lifestyle. um, I'm grateful that I've lived another day, you know, the kind of wild shit that I've done in my life, you know? And it's like, yeah. I don't know how, I mean, it's like, I wish, I need to put the chat up here so I can be looking into the camera. Um, so at least I'm not kind of looking off to the side. Let's see, pop up chat. Make it a little bit better. That was visually for you. Just I'm looking in the same direction. How can you look up? Well, George, you're on the new channel, so just subscribe to it and enjoy. Um, cool. Yeah, I just talked to Charlie this morning. I'm not sure the name of it. If you found me, George, this is whether if this is the first time you're seeing me, just you know, just Google it. It's there's Chuck Wow and there's Chuck Wow Live, which is what you're watching. Let's see. Uh, yeah, I can't tell you what Charlie's doing. Secret. He may not even be doing that anyway. Knowing Charlie, Charlie's doing his thing, you know. So I'm not exactly sure what you're asking, George, at this point. You're watching the channel. Thanks, Lewis. Um, eh, whatever. Something to consider. Yeah, I'm not exactly. I'm sorry, I can't help you at this point, George, about PlayStations. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how to help you with that. Sorry. Um, if you, yeah, it's the channel that you're watching, and there's the first channel that I have. And if you go to the main page of this channel, to the right, the channel that is associated with this channel is the one, the first one. The new one is one you're watching right now, George. Let's see. Hmm. Oh, cool. You got it. Awesome. Woohoo! Yeah, okay, so as far as like the strong bot, um, I mean, like, these are the types of topics like that I, I guess it's necessary because people want to talk about these kinds of things. But it's some, I just, I like to talk about fun stuff and stuff that, you know, it's whatever, different stuff than the serious stuff. But as far as the serious stuff, I'll just say, like, so I'll talk about it. I guess I need to talk about this kind of thing if you guys want to talk about it. A lot of the business owners that I've talked to, not a lot, but a few, whatever, they've expressed their concern for the lack of customers that they have. And some of them have talked about selling and closing their businesses, which is really sad because I like these people and I like their businesses and things like that. And, I don't have anything to compare it to because I haven't been here that long. But speaking to other people who have been here, I've visited here before, but never, I don't have enough experience to talk about the detail of the ebb and flow of the economy here and things like that. Anyway, yeah, there's just a few people that I know that are concerned about that and stuff like that, and it's just too bad. Hopefully that will change, but I don't know. Yeah. It's still a great place to come if this is the kind of place you want to come to. January, is January the best time? I guess, I mean, up to you, as they say here. Up to you. uh, the high season starts to ramp up, I guess, in September or October. Uh, by November, December, it's kind of, I think it's officially sort of high season starting. Kind of goes into January, February, March, whenever Songkran is, and then Songkran, I guess, afterwards, it sort of starts to die down. That's roughly, if I remember correctly, the experience of what I witnessed this past few months and stuff like that. But you also have to take into consideration the weather and all these types of things. And if you want to be around a lot of people versus having a little more laid back life, where if you got to think about it, do you want to be around a mass of people who are crowded here in the high season and stuff like that, where there's a lot of like maybe competition for people you meet, but there's also maybe also a more let's say girls that come here maybe during that time, but at the same time, it's not like there's a lack of them here now. So less, sort of people are more eager to be chill and hang out and stuff. So it's kind of a cool vibe like that. If you get my drift. Um, where do I go in the future? Ambitions, etc. I'm focusing on this right now, so I don't know. I'm not really sure. I mean, like I've talked about before, I love traveling, and so I will be traveling and stuff like that eventually in my life. But right now, this is my focus. And then, but I've still been talking to my friends in West Africa. I'd like to go there. It may not be the next place that I go, but that's sort of. I think it would be pretty cool to go and live in the village with them. But um, until I can technically get it worked out, which I've been doing that with them and trying to get that figured out, um, then I won't be going there. I won't be going there first or whatever next or a bit. Okay, good. Talk fun. Okay, let's see. Top. What there is top Sway Six in your opinion? Well, I don't go to Sway Six anymore, but let's see. Kind of the places I go in my live streams, you know. Uh, oh, cool. Yes. Well, you're going to be here in October, so yes, of course it is Tequila season, Lewis. um, yeah, that's what I'm saying as far as 10-to-1 ratio, um, and just like it's yeah. I mean, and that's how do I put this in the right? You know, yeah, when you're the 1 to 10, then it's sort of a different vibe that you're experiencing versus you're just you know, another number to them or whatever of the masses that are here in the high season. Um, but but yeah, okay. So as far as like other places to go and stuff, I mean, there's so many. Like, I mean, it kind of depends on what you're interested in. I've said this before. I mean, like, I don't like walking the street. I think I haven't, you know, yeah, it's something where it's a content place, but I don't enjoy like walking around a walking street, and you know, it's just kind of too much traffic and noise and stuff, and I got dragged into uh, going there the other night, and I've gotten you know pulled into there many times, um, and I mean, I can have some fun there and whatever. It's not the end of the world, but yeah, I prefer more chill kind of atmosphere and stuff like that. But it's fun every once in a while, you know. I like going there and like just shooting the shit with people and stuff like that, you know. So I will. It's not that I'm not going to go there ever. I may go there tonight. Who knows? Um, but it's. I guess for live streaming, it's just it's a honestly, it's just a place for content. Um, if I wasn't doing YouTube, probably wouldn't go there. There were a few places that I've been in there or whatever that to go to, but there's so many places in this town to go and hang out. It's just really about good vibe, having a good vibe someplace and stuff like that. Heavy tourist spots and that kind of thing. It's just yeah, whatever. You get my point. Or Nevada. I don't know about that one. Nicaragua. I haven't been there. The closest I've been is I've been to Costa Rica, and I've been a couple times, and I've been to Argentina, been to Brazil, and I guess northern there would be Mexico. But yeah, I haven't been there yet. I think it'd be kind of cool. Um, so many places to go and visit and stuff. I mean, I've been to tons of countries, but I haven't been to Spain. I really want to go to Spain. I want to go to Italy. Some of the basics. Like I've been to Germany a couple times. I've been to Netherlands. I've been to a couple times. I've been to Greece. I've been to Hungary, Austria. Um, where else in Europe? I don't know. But not so. Not like I've always joked about how like I'm just gonna go to the main ones like Spain, Italy, France, stuff like that. When I get older, and just go on those tour bus kinds of things. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of those places. I mean, there are cool small towns and things like that in England too. Um, but uh, but um, sometimes I just think that those places are just you just want to go see sightseeing and stuff like that. Even that, I mean, I know that's sort of a insult, maybe. Someone could get who's from there saying it's an insult, and yes, there's always like there's so much more to see than just the tourist stuff and everything. But just generally speaking, whatever. Um, it's not the kinds of stuff that I like to do anyway. I mean, I don't want to go to like Eiffel Tower. I mean, go to France, go to Eiffel Tower or something like that. If I did, I would prefer to just go sit at some small cafe and shoot the shit with people, preferably not people from my country. No offense to them, but it's like that's not the point of traveling elsewhere. Um, let's see, where did that leave off? Um, okay, cool. I will have a good night. And I may be live streaming when, let's see, if you're going to sleep now, I may be live streaming when you wake up in the morning. It's entirely possible, depending on where you are. What about London? I'd like to go to London. Yep, that'd be cool. Um, I'd like to travel around the countryside, though, there in the UK. But yeah, I haven't been to Turkey, but Greece was cool. I rode my bike around Greece. Um, I did island hopping. Been to like I flew into to Athens, ripped my bike out of the box with some friends. We rode our bikes into the city, checked out the city and stuff like that, and then rode our bikes to the coast, hopped on a ship, started doing the island hopping things. First went to Crete, went to Santorini and Eos, and it was wild and fun. Um, and Yeah, it was a very fun trip. But I don't know if I would do that again. Um, if at least there, I don't know if it's necessary. It was fun, but I don't know if it's necessarily like the best biking sort of destination. Had met up with a friend who had another group that he was traveling around with in Europe, and I met sort of midway where the other group broke off from him, and then I joined him with one of my friends, and so we all rode together. This other dude is like old traveling, and you know was had been traveling and biking all over Europe prior to that, but I just wasn't able to meet up, unfortunately, when he was going through all the countries like Spain and France and stuff like that, which would have been awesome to bike. But yeah, I know west coast of Costa Rica, definitely. Yep. But when I went to Costa Rica, I didn't. I actually didn't surf when I went there. I just kind of traveled around and partied and had lots of fun. Costa Rica. I mean, yeah, Costa Rica is a really cool, fun place. Lewis, I don't know if you've ever been like. Uh, yeah, we could talk when I see you about Costa Rica sometime, as far as like San Jose and stuff like that. Oh, got someone getting wild with a text here. Let's see, where did I leave off? Um, yeah, no, she's cool. She's an interesting character too. Yeah, I like Extra Añejo, Extra Añejo, Reposados. I don't like Blancas though. I mean, I mean as much. You know, it's sort of kind of goes from like Reposado to Añejo, like the sweetness, you know, and that kind of thing. But I like a tequila that's kind of like it's not like doesn't have quite the. I mean, occasionally I like añejos and stuff like that, an extra añejo, but I don't know. I like tequila. I like liquors to be like you taste it, it's liquor. It's not like I don't like the fruity stuff, and I don't like this sort of too much sort of sweet flavor and things like that. I mean, it's kind of funny because I have a sweet tooth, but when it comes to like liquor and stuff, um, uh, it, yeah, I like it to be kind of you drink it and it tastes like liquor. But I'm not even a big drinker, you know. I mean, it's like I know that it's going to be a shocker to some of you, but I'm really not. Tequila is the shit, you know. If they had good tequila here, then you'd probably see me drinking a hell of a lot more or whatever. But even when I had more tequila around me, it's just the tequila here is horrible. Um, but even if I had more tequila around me, I'd still just be eating candy too much, like I do, and ice cream. Um, the most to pay taxi from Pattaya to Bangkok. You know, I don't know. When I came down, I actually normally I was just gonna take the bus, you know, which is the cheapest way to do it, which I highly recommend if you can. But for some reason, I think I was just leaving my hotel in Bangkok, and I was gonna, and I had a lot of bags, and I was just like, you know, the taxi driver. I mean, it was things like 100 baht, or I don't know, maybe it's totally wrong, but I don't remember what I paid. But it was just one of those things where it was just like, okay, how much is the difference of this, and how comfortable is it going to be, and stuff. And you know, at the time, I wasn't thinking so much about budget and stuff like that. Because when I arrived, I was just sort of like whatever they call it, the 2 or 3 week millionaire kind of attitude. Um, sort of it turned into a long holiday that I'm on. Let's see. Yeah, you like Santorini? Um, uh, yeah, I'm going to skip, Steve. I'm going to skip over your question because it's like there's no need for it. Um, so anyway, and anytime I see a question, I'm just going to skip over it. Or comment, whatever. It's unnecessary. Um, but yeah, Santorini is awesome. You know, like it's beautiful there. Um, I saw there's like when I went, they were playing one of my favorite films, Baraka, in an open air theater there. So it was like I saw a little flyer for it. When we went there, we rented scooters because you can't bike around that island very easily. And so we were riding scooters around the island. We went down into this. I remember just going down into whatever valley or something, and then we were at a beach, and I saw a little sign, and it said, you know, Braca playing tonight at this theater. So I found out where it was, and then later on, we ended up going back there, and then saw it in this open air theater, and it was really cool. It was awesome to see. It's a beautiful film, but to see it outside in a open theater was really cool. In a beautiful island, met some chick from my hotel and brought her there. Hot date. Ska. Cool, you're from Denmark. Awesome. When Bjorn gets back there, say hello. Right now, he's forever around Cali, I think, right? Let's see. Oh, well, that's an easy one for me because I can't stand vodka. That'd be Jack Daniels and Coke. Because and also the Red Bull. Like I try not to get that kind of jolt anymore. Um, it's necessary sometimes, whatever. But like especially vodka, I don't like vodka. Although I love what are they called? Shoot, the one that the tomato sauce and the or tomato juice and the Bloody Mary. I love Bloody Marys, but I guess they make them with tequila too, which would be more of a blanco. I would imagine you put a blanco in with that. But yeah, anyway, anytime I've been like violently drunk, hugging a toilet in my lifetime, especially when I was younger, it's just because I abused vodka when I was younger. It was the type of alcohol or the type of alcohol that I figured out my alcohol tolerance as a youth on. So anything like that, you know how it is. You're sick of it. That's why a lot of people don't like tequila because they drink too much tequila. But I didn't. I was actually a straight edge punk rock kid when I was younger. So I didn't drink, do any kind of stuff. um, let's see. Okay. Uh, oh, okay. I'll have to look that up. Um, Lewis, I'll have to look that up. Really, it's that much? 1,300? What? That sounds pretty pimpin'. Like I swear I didn't pay that much. I really maybe it was 250 at the most. I had to double check, but it was just a standard cab. Like the guy was like, "Where do you want to go?" Like down the street, and I'm like, "Well, I'm actually going to Pattaya," and he was like, "Okay," and he threw out a number, and I was kind of like, "Nah, fuck it, I'll do it, whatever." But yeah, that was that guy's lucky day. I kept asking him because I was just using Google Translate, and I was like, do you stay here or wait for another customer to go back, or do you drive all the way back? It's kind of weird because he's literally like a just regular taxi that I hopped in front of the hotel. Um, but I guess the best way if you want to get a deal on this is that you do it before you take your bags out on the street. You go around and negotiate with a cab driver, and there's a lot of cab services and stuff like that. You could do that, but that's not. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that kind of thing. I wasn't planning on staying here that long. So, and I wasn't even planning on staying in Bangkok as long as I did. It's just that I got into like playing pool with a bunch of pool sharks and stuff, and having fun, and met some girls and stuff, and just I ended up staying there a few more weeks than I had planned. I was only planning to stay there a week or so, or a week, not even a week. Keep politics off the channel. Yes, that'd be great. And serious topics, but whatever. And I guess I have to talk about some serious topics or you know, the the numbers of taxis and all that kind of stuff. But, I mean, there's so many other channels that people, and Charlie can just rattle off numbers of statistics, and he's obviously a lot more knowledgeable about that kind of thing. So I think this channel, I mean, like I set my other one up, it's entertainment. The other one was, I think I have it set for travel, but this may be set up for called entertainment. Believe it or not, that's what I'm trying to do. Scuffed entertainment. Yeah, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna be doing IRL. So this is just sort of starting my day kind of thing. Late start, but I'm gonna be live streaming more today outside. Um, but until I have to check the numbers, because the numbers right now it's like 25 watching. So, and I haven't looked at the subscription number, but once it gets to 1,000, I'll be able to live stream from this channel. But if it doesn't get quick enough, I just won't live stream on the other one to get people to come here if they want to watch live stream. But yeah, I'll just have to balance it out and stuff like that. But it's really, this is the channel that needs to be doing the live streaming from. And so, however it is that I'm gonna have to convince people, that's how it's gonna work. Yeah, man, dude, I am here legally. Why have not? I'm not getting deported, and what visa I'm on, and all that kind of stuff is none of your business. I mean, I'm totally here by the book, um, and it's just not a topic that's, you know, yeah, that people don't talk about, and it's a personal thing. So, you'll arrive at 1 a.m. Well, if you're arriving at 1 a.m. and you're trying to get from the airport, the train closes, I believe, at 12, so you're going to have to get a taxi out of the airport. Yep, strip club. Oh, I can't film at a strip club, so that's out on that one. I think I'm pretty behind reading this chat. Let's see. Cool. Glad you agree, Usher. I mean, Bjorn has like 4 channels, I think. A lot of people have many channels that do stuff. It's just wise to have several channels. So, and like I said, I've been meaning to do this for quite some time. So it's not really a new thing that I just thought of. And I've been working on a bunch of things behind the scenes as far as to get these rolled out and stuff like that. So, but that's why I like the interface right here you're watching and stuff. I mean, this is OBS, and I have different shows that I've created on this. So when you watch a different kind of show on my channel, then you'll see sort of a different interface and stuff like that. But that's all for you to see in the future as I try to juggle all of my different ideas, get the things put out to people. Let's see. Buckeye, Arizona. I've been around Arizona. I've actually never heard of Buckeye. I love Sedona, although I'm not a New Age person, but I've been accused of it. But I love Oak Creek Canyon up in Sedona. And I actually used to really love Phoenix a lot. But but I don't like it now. But I don't know. My friends from there, moved away from there, whatever. So, oh, let's see. Reading is too slow. Yeah, I'm vegetarian. Don't eat that stuff. I don't eat that stuff, but enjoy yourself. Um, let's see. I mean, uh, yeah, dude, beautiful dude, whatever. Get it, just chill, dude. I mean, just relax and enjoy. Allowing you to be here. So just relax and enjoy. This is what you want to watch. Think about it. I mean, like if I yeah, if someone sat around and talked to you the way you're talking to me and stuff like that, do you honestly think that they would, you know? I mean, I'm sitting here reading through the text and stuff like that. I mean, it's everybody has their own choice of how to make a channel and run a chat and do all that kind of stuff. So if you don't like it, just go somewhere else. It's not brain surgery on that idea. Um, let's see. Well, I mean, dude, um, I am live streaming with under 1,000 subs. The only way you can do that is if you do it off your laptop, which I'm sure that that's how you're doing it. That's how I'm doing it. Um, to live stream from a mobile device, cell phone, you have to have 1,000 subs plus. Unless they changed the rules in the last month since I last looked, which I doubt they have, or unless they you were able to do that before they changed the rule because that rule was changed earlier this year, then you can probably do it with under 1,000 subs. But you know how it is. It's just like any like the rules change sometimes. So, um, okay, I'll go there then. That's a good one. Let's see. Why do you keep telling me what foods to buy? That last one about the burrito, man. Oof, I love burritos. Uh, I need to start making some Mexican food and stuff like that. Stuff here is not good. Um, okay, yeah, this gold ink, dude. It's just a lie. I just here, I'll just remove because it's a lie. Um, let's see. Why do you keep? Okay, sorry. You just keep talking about. Let's see. Hello, hi there. Oops. I think I'm finally catching up. I'm just gonna. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to argue with you, dude. You do it off your phone. Like I said, most likely you got in lucky under where they at the time they were allowing that and stuff like that, and so you're able to do that. But I'll look into it to see if I can do it. Maybe they changed the rules. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But as for uh, Charlie and I, what we've talked about, it's why he's live streaming from his laptop because, or was live streaming from it until he got 1,000 subs. Um, yeah, I don't know. Congratulations to you that you're doing that. Congratulations. Yeah, I'm definitely. Oh, okay. No, yeah, no, I understand that as far as, but that's as far as like the you're probably using an Android, not an Apple, and so I use Apple products, um, and so I have that disadvantage. I understand. That's why I say it that way. It is a disadvantage to use Apple products for live streaming, but that's what I use. I'm considering getting a Android phone to do it, live streams and stuff like that, but can't yet right now. Yeah, no, no, I understand you're helping out. Let's see. From Nana to Padaya for that much? I don't know. Seriously, man, I really doubt. Knowing me, I really doubt I paid 1,000 or more for a taxi down here. I don't know if I just lucked out or something like that, but I really I don't know, man. I know I didn't pay anywhere close to that or even close to 1,000. I don't know if it was just my lucky day or whatever, but I don't know. That sounds like a lot of money to me to do that. Hey, Glenn. So how's it going? I've just been kind of what's been going on. YouTube sort of stuff, life and YouTube stuff. Okay, yeah, I use an Android. That's why I have the disadvantage of using an Apple product. So um, okay, so 15, that's the going rate. I don't know, man. Unless I don't know if I have any record to remind myself of how much I paid for the cab. Yeah. But you're talking about regular, Lewis. You're talking about like regular cab, like looks like a taxi, that kind of thing. Because I don't know if that dude is just desperate or whatever, but or like I lucked out or something like that. But yeah. Anyway, that's I guess that's the rate. I don't know. But Glenn, yeah. So I'm just uh, creating more channels. This is going to be my live stream channel, and so it's just a good idea to have more than one channel. It's a good idea to have more than two channels, and eventually I will. Um, but as for now, this is going to be turning into my live stream channel. So it's just good sense to do it. So, and I've been meaning to do this for a while. So, custom bot. Yeah, private car. Okay, that's a private car. So maybe that's the difference. I don't know. Um, Free range. Well, that should, yeah, that should be cheaper than what I did. Um, I don't know, man. It's like next time I go up there, I can look into it or whatever. But most likely, I'll be busing, taking a bus. Um, I don't know. How would you deal with noisy neighbors? I don't have noisy neighbors. But how would you deal with them? Just ask them to not be noisy if they were noisy. Oh wow, 140 US? Man, that seems like a lot. I don't know. I have a mango. I was thinking maybe I'd eat the mango, or I have a watermelon that I really need to eat. Cut that in half and eat it. I was gonna take it outside and eat it, but part of me doesn't want to carry it around. And if I just ate it here, I can get it over with, and I don't have to carry it. I'm kind of like a grazer. I, graze into the morning. I heard that like when you start off, the first thing that you ingest, it should be water, um, and you shouldn't drink coffee so soon in the morning. But there's something about the chemistry and stuff like that of the foods you eat um, that activate certain sort of things with digestion and stuff like that. That it's a good idea to eat some things, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Over others. But this whole thing about drinking coffee first thing in the morning is just a bad idea for our bodies. But it's good for getting your brain going and getting motivated. Um, Someone who disrespects me, I don't know. How do you deal with it? Just deal with it like most people. I mean, get messages on my phone. So I'm going to be doing like a lot of. Well, my plan is today I'm going to do a lot of live stream and outside, um, and which means if, you know um, I will still be able to do live stream from this channel outside if I bring my laptop, but I'm probably going to have to switch to my other channel until this one comes up. It's a funny answer. It's like all your problems go away. Well, it could be an answer. It could be a very legitimate answer to a lot of problems in life. Oh, so you're having this problem with disrespectful people? How should you deal with it? I mean, Up to you, as they say here, you know? You know? Because it's like, it's a, tell us what your problem is. What are you dealing with? I mean, and like, respect, that whole thing, that people that, I don't know if you're the person that calls out, like, respect, that people insist on respecting you or your culture or something like that. If you're one of those types of people, then that's a different sort of thing. But if you're being disrespected just in general of something that it's not a reoccurring thing that triggers you, then that's a different thing. Um, but a lot of it has to do with the circumstances, you know, including like when, like you said, like, you know, if you receive a text from someone and you're in a bad mood, and maybe they say something jokingly, or even here, you know, I mean, there's people that I've had unbanned because I was like, I just got triggered and whatever. I mean, and you know, or other people got triggered and you know, blocked people and stuff like that, and it's just roll with it, you know. Um, but let's see. Um, yeah, I mean, uh, I don't know. Are you being trolled? Maybe. Maybe they're just controlling you, and they're just trying to get because they see that it gets to you. Maybe because you know obviously people do that. You know? They don't just do it online, um, or they're just rude people, and you know you have to go to the higher authority to handle it, and you can incrementally go higher and higher. Start with the owner or the landlord. Go to the that doesn't work, then depending on how severe it is, you go to the higher authorities and higher until you get what you want. But um, I think that it's best to handle this situation without having to go to outside authorities and things like that. Um, you know, kind of like you're when you can directly communicate with someone, and if you do it in a civilized, polite way, then you know you'll be surprised at what you can get when you say it. You know, like, and I'm obviously talking about people who have a problem with me. If you say it in a nice way and stuff like that, then you'll be surprised at maybe some of the things that might be considered, as opposed to the alternative of you know hateful and whatever. Um, let's see. But on that note, as far as like house share kind of thing, um, you know, have you ever heard of Raymond and Peter? um, Raymond and Peter was like this. It was like a couple of dudes, and I think they lived in San Francisco. They were roommates, and then their neighbors used to get kind of entertained and bothered at the same time by. I guess initially it started as that they were getting bothered because these guys used to get violently drunk and just beat the hell out of each other, and then you know do just make a lot of noise and you know stuff like that. So their neighbor started recording them. This is back like in the 90s, 1990s, and not the 1890s. But and so they uh, they started recording them, but then it got to the point where they put out a CD, and I remember the CD that they put out, the original one, it kind of was being passed around like the punk rock scene. That's how I heard about it. but it was like one track. Like they didn't. It was like either they didn't know how to make tracks, but they called them tracks, but it ended up being one big long track. But it was like a series of arguments that these guys, or scenes that these guys would do, and it was called "Shut Up, Little Man," and it was hilarious. But then they didn't have a Wikipedia page. Like look up Raymond and Peter, and so I guess there was like off Broadway play made about them and stuff like that. And there was like kind of a big. They had kind of a cult following kind of a thing. But I guess eventually, I think they burned the apartment down or something like that. The one who got so drunk and he burned the apartment building down or something like that. But I remember when I was in San Francisco one time, and they used to go to a liquor store. I think it was called O'Looney's liquor store. And I remember being there, and I just happened to be in the area where I didn't know that I was in the area where they were. I wasn't really looking for it, but I saw O'Looney's liquor, and I was like, "Oh, no way! This must be the neighborhood that they lived in." Like, that's O'Looney's, And they used to always say, "Shut up, little man! You don't have a decent giggle in you," and all kinds of shit like that. It was so funny. And they would just whatever get in fights and stuff like that. But it was funny stuff. I'm sure there's like YouTube videos you can watch it, whatever. Agoda is let's see. Yeah, like Agoda and all the other. I haven't used the other one, but it's kind of like it's a good way because they have a good search tool to find hotels and stuff like that. But typically, like you can get a better deal. I'm not trying to promote Agoda right now or whatever, but like you can usually get a pretty good deal. Because like if you're looking for hotels, and you want to find specific things like a pool or a location or price range and stuff, it's a great tool for that. But when I was kind of jumping around and looking for different hotels and stuff before, it's like when you actually go to the hotel and you say what is the normal price versus what they're charging on Agoda, you get a better deal on Agoda. And not only that, you get a Agoda Money, whatever the points program or something like that when you book through them. So, if you book enough, you can eventually get a few free nights stay and stuff like that. But you don't want to burn the house down. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's sort of tricky. I mean, do other people experience the same kind of issues with that person as far as noise and stuff like that? I mean, no, those guys burned the house down on accident because one of them got too drunk, and I think he left something in the oven, and it accidentally burned the house down. I'm not telling you to burn the house down. Oh, it could be lag in the signal. Pardon me. Um, but yeah, I've been pretty happy with Agoda. I'm looking at behind now the video, and it seems to be. I mean, it's way delayed or whatever for me, and but yeah, I mean, it could be because I'm just going through the Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So, pardon that. Hopefully, the audio is coming through clear, but there may be a little bit of stutteriness in the video. But you're just looking at me anyway. I mean, or maybe you're not even looking at me. It's not something that I'll work on getting that figured out as far as the lag. It could be because there's a lot of different things going on the screen. Like if I took away that bubble thing, yeah, okay, now I'm seeing it. I'm getting the spinning wheel. So it could be the Wi-Fi signal, but I'm gonna have to wrap this up if I'm gonna go outside and then start doing that, uh, the live outside, um, which will be from my phone, which will be on my first channel. But like I said, I will I will be making it, doing it less and less from there and more from here. Even if I have to, yeah, do it from my laptop for a while. This is so funny that I'm handling your issue of your. You've come to a funny place to get advice for your living situation. I wonder if oh. Well, you might want to. Yeah, I don't know. Where do you live anyway? Ash, where do you live? Apple products are terrible for live streaming. You can say that again. I totally agree. Um, I mean, like whatever PCs and stuff like that. Um, Doing anything technically outside of like creative applications like Photoshop and video editing software, I would say that they're superior to Apple products. If you know, if you get the right one, if you know how to get it fixed up right, whatever. But um, Apple products are made for, it's like a point and shoot camera. They're made for that kind of thing. And I've always used Apple ever since I've started using computers, and so I've always used Apple products. Um, but I'm not, like, I'm sort of forced to learn like more technical kinds of things about applications and stuff like that. But I don't get into like code and programming. I just some code for making websites and just general stuff. But it's been just because I've been forced to learn it. You know. But I'd prefer to just use like the pre-made applications. Not as bad as like just those apps on an iPhone where people just throw a filter on it and then done. That's it's handy, but I actually really enjoy the tools of full-blown desktop version of Photoshop. It's probably my absolute favorite application, um, and it could be a number of reasons. One, you don't have to deal with as much and as many issues as you do when you make a video. I like making videos and stuff like that. I like dealing with sound design and stuff, but having to do all of that, it just that's why it's so difficult sometimes to produce a video and stuff, because I have to be in the mood for it and stuff like that, and because it's just so it can be such a sort of tedious thing, but just taking a photo, especially like I like I used to like to you meet a girl and you take some photos of her and stuff like that, and then Photoshop it up and do some fun stuff for that, or nature and things. I mean, it's really fun to mess with Photoshop, and you know, I like that kind of stuff. But I never did it like commercially or whatever. So, and I think that's possibly why I still enjoy it or whatever. Um, because video's always been my main thing. I've done photography or whatever, but it's not something that I do it because I enjoy it. It's like a hobby. Um, yeah, there's a place for Apple products, but like I see the spinning wheel. The video is lagging. Um, yeah, I can't comment on Charlie's situation. You're in the UK? Huh. Well, if they're from Brazil, I would imagine they are the types of people that like to have a direct communication. So when you're feeling in a calm mood and you want to just level with them, maybe that might be the best way to deal with them. Have a face-to-face chat with them or whatever. You know, because I think a lot of people in general prefer that as the option for dealing with the situation you're talking about. It's not necessary to involve other parties. It might. So let me see. I'm not sure what that means. Loading another page. Wow, it's very slow. Oh, it doesn't even show my subscriber count. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it. I'll do it after the stream. But, oops. So, any of you guys watch Ice Poseidon? Have you been watching the his live streams and the different stuff that's going on with the chatter involving him? It's very interesting to me. Ice Poseidon. Um, but I mean, as a live streamer, I gotta like, he was very, whoops. Yeah, I watch Bjorn too. Bjorn's the content king. So, but at one time, I bet you watched Ice, like I did, uh, regularly. But sorry, I'm trying to bring up a page here. What is it? Yeah, I liked the like watching Ice Poseidon when he was on Hollywood Boulevard and had that ball, was blowing up the ball and running down the street and that. I mean, he pulled up not too far from where I lived when I lived there, and it wasn't at the time when he was there or whatever. It would have been awesome to run down there at the time, but I used to live in Hollywood. I lived in different parts of Los Angeles, but I lived in Hollywood at one point, not far from where he parked his U-Haul or whatever it was, and then started dragging that ball out of the back of it, and then trying to pump it up in someone's lobby of their apartment, whatever. I thought it was so funny, and that you know, but that I guess that's the kind of stuff that we would like to watch. That's the real IRL kind of stuff. But let's see. Yeah, and then he tried to get those like what are the scuffed superheroes that that hang out on Hollywood Boulevard and get them to get inside the ball with them and stuff like that. That was kind of funny to watch that. Um, let's see, dealing with my phone here. Yeah, is that he wanted like Spider-Man guy wanted money? Yeah, that was funny. It's like it's like Boyfly 140. Uh, if you don't, go to Boyfly 140 and subscribe to him. And but we talk about scuff content. That's like the best. Um, and IRL, I mean, it's one of those things. Like I think that there are a lot of people here that in this community and stuff like that aren't really familiar with IRL, and they just got introduced to it. It seems like when and not that I'm the first to do live stream or something. I know that there's plenty of people who've done live stream, but when I connected with Bjorn and stuff, it just seems like there are a lot of people that had no idea like the type of what is possible with live stream and stuff, and that um, yeah, it's like um, and there's so much more that's possible, in the future. It's going to be awesome. Um, sorry, just reading this. But oh yeah, you're totally not Arrow. Awesome. Yeah, I dig it. Um, so yeah, I want. How do you feel about Hampton Brandon? If you like Bjorn, I'm probably sure you like Hampton Brandon. I saw him on No Jumper uh, the other day. I don't know if you saw him on there. Yeah, I know. There's so many possibilities with it. Oh, cool, Brett. I'm glad you liked it. Unfortunately, not many people watched it. Maybe because there wasn't a girl in it or whatever. But yeah, I miss Hampton Brandon. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, he sniped a new jumper. Was, but yeah, that guy, the tattoo artist that made that car, like I was like, I started filming him, and he doesn't speak English, and we speak through his girlfriend, but sometimes it's just sort of like just in broken English. We talk and stuff like that. So he was able to tell me like that he had been working on that car for 3 days, and then when I ran into him and saw it, which he's pretty far along with it, and then I came back for day 4 of it, and he's possibly still working on it as far as like fine tuning it, but he's going to get all that stuff to be working, and apparently it's going to actually move and run. I'm not exactly sure. Um, I know he's going to have the headlights probably working and different things like that. He was putting in a horn that works, but in terms of like it rolling and operating, it's going to be amazing if you can actually get that thing to work. I don't know. I thought it was just sort of like a piece of art kind of thing, but it's really cool. He found all his objects, and then I guess he was kind of wandering around his place, and as you can see from the video, there's like a lot of different objects he's got, especially this back area. He collects a bunch of things, and he came up with that from his mind. I was like, "Did you draw? Did you sketch this?" He's like, "No, no, I just think about it." I was like, "Wow, man, you came up with this idea from your mind, and in 3 days assembled something that was pretty much a full-on car." I mean, like I said, day 4 was pretty much doing some sort of finishing touches, which is still in the process of working on. But within 3 days, I mean, it's a full assembled car. It's quite amazing. All from his mind. Very creative, interesting guy. Um, so I was just like, I'm just going to put a track of music to it. Not going to really make it like a, you know, an informative video kind of thing, um, and just move on from it, get it over with. But I've been filming some interviews lately, and I gotta edit those and put those up. But I think I'm gonna start doing live interviews. I mean, I have done live interviews and stuff like that, but different sort of things, and then also experiment with some other things in terms of IRL. Um, yeah, it's great to meet creative people like that, and that's why I like going to tattoo shops. I don't have any tattoos, but tattoo artists are very interesting people, and a lot of people, kind of are around them. But especially tattoo artists, they're always interesting characters, and they have cool style, and they always have cool art around and stuff like that. So it's nice to go in and talk with them and stuff like that. But yeah, back to Hampton Brandon. I miss that guy too. What a character! That guy, man. He has some of the most epic live stream moments. Like getting hit by a car, and all that kind of stuff. And Bjorn, when I was hanging out with Bjorn when he was here, he loves Hampton Brandon, and had nothing but good things to say about him. And it's just like, man, that guy can get a live stream going so fast, and like really good with like, connecting, typing in, and getting all kinds of technical stuff done very quickly. It's he's wild and crazy, but he's from what Bjorn said, he's a very intelligent guy, whatever. So it's cool. Um, uh, I'm not exactly, Mr. Outcast, I'm not exactly sure what you're asking for that question. Where was during nightlife? Just around here, while I'm here, around Pattaya and stuff like that. Probably do some scuff dates, scuff pickup live around in Walking Street area, whatever. That's a fun place to do that. Um, oh, cool. Well, thanks, Britt. I'm glad you like it. And yeah, I mean, don't you like that song? It actually, the way that they made that song, it kind of has an echo to it, where I kind of felt like it's almost like it was playing in that sort of, in that shop. Uh, but it just kind of gave that vibe or whatever. Right? I was like, because I was thinking of like, what song am I going to put this to, you know? And I thought that was it's kind of an appropriate song. Um, as far as what camera angles and stuff, I've studied film and been doing film and video shooting and editing all of my career. Um, but I actually used to. There's like as far as I was using the DJI that I have, the Osmo Pocket Cam, so it has a stabilizer. But I've been doing like handheld, using Tai Chi sort of moves. That's what I learned initially for camera moves to stabilize. So yeah, but thank you very much for the compliment. I appreciate it. Much beautiful Thailand. I'm not sure your question. But you have a lot of very heavy sort of questions and comments. Just enjoy. You're here. Enjoy. Yeah, Hampton Brand needs to stop smoking cigarettes. Probably. I mean, but it's up to him. I mean, Bjorn smokes cigarettes too. But I don't tell other people. You know, a lot of people like to tell me what to do with my life. You know, but I don't like to tell other people. You know, um, I mean, if they're doing something harmful or something like that. I mean, if they ask or if they've triggered me to do such, sometimes I will express my opinion. But as far as like, I don't like to make it a habit of you know, people do their thing. You know, that's why I don't sit around and make some channel like other people that you know harass me or surround chatty gossip. I mean, it's just like it's dumb. It's a sign of their character. You know, a lot of people believe it's like jealousy and stuff like that. It's possibly true. Hampton Brendan needs a girlfriend or wife. I don't know. I think I've had enough girlfriends, and I don't. I have never been married. I almost got married one time, but I don't know. I don't know Hampton Brand enough. I don't know if you do, if you know him enough, but I personally think that having a relationship like that, if you had enough of them, like I have, it's unnecessary and they're overrated. I think if you're at a certain point in your life, that it's a good thing to have or whatever. But you know, I think they're kind of not necessary. And I think that more and more people. That's why there's it seems to be less marriage in the world and stuff like that, and relationships, dynamics of relationships seems in society seems to be changing, and I think that's a good thing. Um, so traditional values and Puritan sorts of things, you know, puritanical values is that the way to put it, and things that through culture and society that have been the norms. It's like they're no longer relevant or necessary. I mean, there's some things that are relevant in terms of just decency with other people, but it seems that a lot of the people who preach the these types of things are not taking the full practice of the religions into consideration of as far as like forgiving and forgetting the judgmental kinds of things, casting the first stone, all that kind of stuff. Um, they just a la carte their choices and just so they can use it to tell other people what to do with their lives. You know what I'm saying, guys? Yeah, worry about your own backyard. That's what I do too. I mean, it's sort of like whenever I hear people like you know, criticize others, whether it's me or other people. It's just like, wow, man, you must have your shit together. You know, you can do no wrong. It's amazing how you're so unsuccessful for being such a perfect person, as to feel that you should be able to tell other people how to live their lives. You know what I'm saying? um, yeah, yeah, I don't even smoke cigarettes, but I guess it's a good advantage for people who do smoke. That you can smoke in bars here or whatever. But I mean, it's a bar. I mean, I'm not a cigarette smoker. I don't like people blowing smoke in my face. But I kind of agree with cigarette smoker. I mean, it's a damn bar. You should be able to cuss. You should be able to smoke cigarettes. You should be able to drink alcohol and be able to act like whatever the hell. I mean, with the exception of like physically harming other people. I mean, and you could argue that smoking cigarettes around people is harming other people, but that's whatever. I mean, like I said, I prefer not to be in a smoky bar, but the smoky bars that I've been to in this world are typically the most fun. I'll just say that. So there are a lot of towns, like for instance in Hawaii and I think in Los Angeles, maybe in other parts of the country, where it's technically illegal, but they also allow the bar owner to decide whether they can smoke or not. And a lot of times those are a lot more fun bars, and a lot of them are Irish bars, coincidentally, which may have to do with how much fun they usually are, because it's very festive usually in those. Yeah, MGTOW. I don't know, man. Is it gaining popularity, or I thought it kind of like has gone up and sort of petered out. I don't know. Um, I'll just answer with one word: jealousy. That's the word that typically people tell me is the reason why people are like that about me. No, you cannot hire me uh, as a guide, but there are plenty of guides you can hire here. Yeah, divorce. Yeah, don't get wrapped up in marriage. It's just a contract with a third party. It's, has nothing to do with love. And if you're with a woman or a person that is requiring you to marry them to be together, and you have that same sort of understanding that it is a contract and stuff like that, and I mean, certainly there are financial benefits or reasons for getting married, but it's going to die off like many other things in society that are understood as being unnecessary or become irrelevant or whatever. Um, I don't, Randall. I don't understand your question. Um, as far as donations, I'm This one's not monetized, so that's one reason why there's no donations on it. It needs to reach the YouTube guidelines for that. Um, However, when I do after 1,000 subscribers, you'll be able to do donations through Streamlabs. Um, so it's not necessary to have a channel monetized. Let's see. Okay, Lewis, your wish is my command. You didn't have to twist my arm on that one. Let's see. Man, my computer is slow. Okay, let's see. Um, what was that? Oh wow, it's one of my first trolls. Whoops. Shoot. No plans to go back to Hawaii. No, I have not seen that movie. I want to see the new Tarantino movie. Um, even though I thought it wasn't right of him to portray um, Bruce Lee the way he did. I think, but it's up to him. It's his movie. But it just seemed like, oh man, why are you doing that to Bruce Lee? It's cool. I think he was I thought he was big influence on Tarantino. This didn't seem right, but I haven't seen the movie. So, but what I saw as far as the clips, and what Bruce Lee's daughter said, and whatever, she wasn't happy with it. So. Barber, I use a razor sometimes. Hello, Romana. Is that the real Romana? Let's see. How's the food here? It's pretty good. Favorite go-to meal? You know, I have that vegetarian handicap, so a limited diet. But I don't know. I like pad see ew. I like pad thai. I like papaya salad. Um, Depending on what mood I'm in, as far as what I want to eat, those are my go-tos. And then I've been getting um, vegetarian sort of vegetable soup um, lately from some places. Um, but let's see. The best vegetarian pizza here, honestly, I am honest. I will be honest. Um, uh, it's the reason why. Okay, I love pizza. Lewis, if you like pizza like I like tequila and you like tequila kind of thing, I think the pizza that I like does not exist here, and it did not exist in Hawaii. Personal favorite is Chicago style pizza, deep dish, kind of like a quiche. Um, but um, but it's and it's a very different beast than like the normal kind of New York style pizzas and stuff like that. But in Hawaii, they sell a lot of Chicago style pizzas, which I'd never heard of Chicago style pizza outside of Chicago. I mean, and I always thought it was just like just a New York slice, you know. I don't really see. Oh, it's called Boston. Excuse me, not Chicago, Boston style. Sorry, they had Boston pizza, Boston style pizzas and stuff, and I was always laughing. Boston pizza? What the hell is it? New York pizza? You know, like so. But to answer your question, there's a place that's in northern Pattaya called Pizza Big. If you want a really good pizza, I'd say go there. If you want a really good pizza, or if you want a good pizza that's a good price, I'd say go to Mana Mana. Um, if you want to get, uh, there are lots of pizza places, and I like to check out different pizza places because I love pizza and I like to try different varieties. Um, and I've gone to a few, and a lot of them are too thin and they're just not so good and stuff like that. But out of the ones, I mean, and that's Mana, don't get mad at me, whatever. I guess got to be honest, and as far as yeah, it's not. And don't turn that around to like, well, I got to be honest and talk shit about you because I'm not talking shit about you. I'm not talking shit about your shop, whatever. But I'd say for it's 100 baht for a pizza, and it's a decent pizza. That's it's a good for Mana, good place. Um, but um, it's a brick oven pizza up in Pizza Big, and I don't mean to promote it like it's some great thing or whatever. There's also what's that place called? Um, yeah, there's lots of different pizza shops and stuff like that. Um, Enough of that topic. Let's see right now. Let's see. Central Mall. Central Festival? Is that what you're saying? Well, most of the malls they have theaters and stuff, and um, the one the bowling alley, I think that's called the Avenue. Yeah, and they have a theater there, but I haven't really seen any movies that I've wanted to watch actually at all in Pattaya. Um, yep, okay. I don't know. Um, Not the next one, unless I see him during the day, because I'm going to be doing live stream during the day. But yeah, eventually we'll see FBI again, hopefully. Um, it's just been kind of busy doing its thing. Um, yeah, I'm not exactly sure about that topic. Uh, yeah, Sizzler. Let's see. What our cell phone provider I recommend for 2 weeks? Uh, if it's only for 2 weeks and you're not going to be coming back, um, is this the first time you've been here? And do you plan on coming back within the year? I guess that's my question before I answer that one. Although still, it's not necessary. Whatever. But I asked that, but I'm just curious. Yeah, keeping, but it's kind of like if you. I would say this. I mean, if you have like a burner phone, just a throwaway kind of phone, to bring it here and throw a SIM card in it and use it and stuff like that. Um, but because if you do use your normal U.S. cell phone or wherever you're from cell phone, and you bring it here, there's a like kind of a restart that you have to do with your phone and stuff, which kind of does an adjustment to being able to put your old SIM card back into it, and it's just kind of if you have an extra one that's sort of a throwaway phone, burner phone, whatever you want to call it, I would recommend doing that, especially if you're planning on coming back repeatedly. But that also depends on the plan. But you can get at Family Mart and at 7-Eleven, they have, you can get the different just free prepaid tourist cards if you're only going to be here a couple of weeks and just do that. If you're not going to be doing any live streaming or needing a lot of data, then those work perfectly fine, and you can top them up at those locations as well. So it's very convenient. But just know that if you get one from 7-Eleven or Family Mart, those are two different service providers. Let's see. I'm not sure uh, where that is, or if they have a free pool. I don't know. Okay, Lewis, have good sleep. Um, depending on when you wake up, I may be live streaming outside at that point. So I'll see you tomorrow, possibly. I'm planning on doing a lot of live streaming. So, but the stuff outside for now will be on my other channel until they've converted to 1,000, and then I will no longer live stream on that channel. Uh, Not ever, ever, but this will be my live stream channel. Really, like a bowling alley in Central Festival? I had no idea. I know they have that arcade and stuff like that up there, and they have that one machine you can get in, and it's just like virtual reality kind of a game thing or whatever. It's pretty wild. I noticed that they were playing Beastie Boys out of it the other day. It's like, ooh, Beastie Boys are probably getting some commission on that or whatever. Cool. Well, thank you. I'm glad you liked the live stream. Man, it's such a delay, and I just looked at myself when I was doing my hand motion to describe the game. It's just like, I don't want to look at myself. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like get a if you get a obviously you need a if you use a U.S. phone or foreign phone, whatever from here, it needs to be unlocked. Something else to consider. But yeah, but it also, I mean, if you're not planning on, if you don't want to buy a bunch of stuff and buy a phone here, then you know. But one thing to consider, okay? One thing to consider, especially when you're buying a cell phone in this town, and especially if you're buying, I'll just say, and some people may not agree with this, but especially if you're buying an Android phone. Because Apple phones are problematic as well in terms of things. But uh, if you're buying a used phone, do not buy a used phone here in Pattaya. I've heard way too many horror stories about people, uh, things happening with that. So, um, yeah. And it doesn't seem, unless you're going to be coming back here a lot, whatever, you don't want to buy a new phone. But be very, very, very cautious. A lot of girls have told me, girls who work here, who live here, or whatever, have told me that they actually go to Bangkok to get phones because they've had lots of problems with their phones. They all happen to be using Android-style phones, but yeah. Um, is that my favorite bar? I don't know. It's pretty decent. Yeah, Bjorn is definitely going to be coming back here, and I believe he's coming back here within the year. Don't quote me or on him or whatever, or you know what I'm saying. It's possible. He hasn't told me. He was talking about it. I'll say, um, but but he's a busy man. He's the content king. So I don't know what he's going to do after he's on his trip now. Um, but he was also just here, so he may have had his Phil, his wife as well. She, I believe, has already gone back yet. Well, I think she left. She's either leaving right around now or somewhere like a week ago or something like that. I thought it was around the 11th. I don't remember. But yeah, you're at AT&T stores. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like um, what was I say? I was following up. Yeah, using a U.S. provider, it's usually a lot more expensive, you know. And in addition to that, it's just a little handier if you're going to be using let's get a SIM card here um, and use this as one of those disposable ones you can get. But if you're going to stay a long time, I don't like promoting any particular cell phone company because I'm not thrilled with the one that I have, whatever, and the all the different companies kind of thing. It's kind of up to you deciding what you want to, who you want to be dealing with as far as service providers. Let's see. Why don't I'll answer this in sections. Why don't I rent a scooter? Because I don't want to deal with the issues of having a scooter. Why don't I blog on Buddha Hill? Maybe I will sometime. And then And the last part, that's left up to other channels. Okay, well, hey, what's up, TuneIn TV? Good morning. It's 2:45 p.m. here. Good morning to you. Hopefully you subscribed to the new live stream channel. But yeah, if that's a topic that you're interested in, then go for it. You know what I mean? Enjoy. Whoops. Yeah, no, that's true too. But that's why I was saying as far as to bring up the issue of if you do use your normal phone here and then swap out the SIM card, like I said, the service provider here has to refresh your phone, which changes the settings, so you can't easily interchange your SIM cards. It's not like you can just pop in the other one or whatever. So it becomes kind of, you know what I mean? That's why I'm saying two-fist your phones, you know what I mean? Have two different phones. So if you do need to get your US calls, keep that and don't put the Thai SIM card in it. Um, either get a cheap burner one here, preferably not used, or bring a unlocked one from your country. I'm not blocking you. Go ahead. Enjoy. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I don't know what that. So, I would like to go outside. I would like to take a shower. I ate breakfast. I'm kind of hungry. Um, I have a watermelon that I could either eat now, and we can keep chatting and I can eat, or I could take it out and we can in a while and go outdoors and eat a watermelon outdoors. But then I'll have to carry it. Pear shape. I don't know what that means exactly in terms of the live stream. TuneIn TV uploads and download speeds of which thing? Uh, my cell phone. Right now we're on my laptop. So if you're experiencing a lag, it's probably because of that. Let's see. Any? Well, if I did a speed, okay, if I did a speed, I'll do one on my phone because I'm not on it right now. So in terms of like, this will be a test of the speed of the data plan on my cell phone. So I'll turn off the Wi-Fi, and I use speed test app. So it's connecting. Do that now. There was another app that I used, and before I used the speed test one, this one, I can't remember what it was called. It was the normal one that most people use, but it doesn't work well here. So I took it off my phone. Yeah, carry the watermelon. Okay, but it's like I have a full watermelon, so I'm gonna have to cut it in half because I'm not gonna be able to eat the whole thing. And I would share the other half, but I don't want to be hunting around for someone to share it with, and I don't want to waste it. So I'm gonna cut it in half, and I'll take it outside. That might be fun. Um, and then the girl Crystal. Actually, I saw her last night, and so she's alive and well, and she was in a good mood. She didn't yell at me. I was eating some food, and I gave her some food, but she was at her glassware, I'll just say, at her normal sort of activity. no. Okay, so TuneIn TV. The download speed that I'm getting from my cell phone for my data plan, download speed is 9.36. Upload speed is 9.64. So that's actually under what I'm paying for, but it's sufficient to do a live stream, and I'm showing this full bars on my screen. But that's not bad, you know. I've gotten higher numbers sometimes for the speeds and stuff like that. Um, I think it should have. I don't remember exactly the speed plan that I have. Whatever. I know that's supposed to be higher than that the numbers, but if you do get a service plan and that you have a basic plan, and then say you just need to kind of top it up for a day to get some fast speed on your phone and stuff like that, you can add extra 100 baht, and you can get like breakneck speed fast or whatever. You know what I mean? Like the fastest, for a 24-hour period for 100 baht. So that's something to kind of consider if you don't need that data speed all the time. So when I was dealing with my service provider and they were not providing me the plan that they had sold me, and until I finally found the proper person who scored, how do you put it? Put things, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm babbling. That said it right, whatever, and that reimbursed me for the money that I had been paying out, 100 baht each for every time I was doing a live stream. Because they weren't doing they were not providing the service that they told me, and then every time I spoke to someone, they were just like giving me the runaround. But like I said, eventually I got it squared away, and they reimbursed me for that extra money that I had paid, which was nice. That's a rambling statement that I don't even remember how to end that one. I'll just stop. Sorry. I think I need food. I think that tells me I need food in my system. The scams that girls play. Oof. There's a lot of them, man. Have you? I can't remember. Have you been here before to Thailand? I mean, there's a lot of scams that a lot of people play. You know, it's not just the girls. There's lots of scams that people play in general on people who travel. But yeah, in terms of here, something that I often hear guys talk about and do is that they test girls and stuff like that, and that can actually work to your advantage, and it can work to your disadvantage. Okay, you've been here many times, well then you should know. You should know the scams they play. But yeah, in terms of like when guys test girls and stuff like that, see if they are or whatever, scamming them or doing some kind of testing them for whatever, the loyalty and all that kind of stuff. That can kind of have sort of it'll help you if you figure something out, but it'll also kind of be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. show topic. I love this topic though. By the way, I'm glad you brought it up. I mean, I wanted to talk about it. I think that it's also something that, like, as a lot of things that I say get taken out of context and manipulated and things like that. So it's a little tricky to talk about certain topics and stuff like that. 'Cause I'm not trying to feed the rumor mill and the hate mill when I talk about stuff. How do I don't know what I don't understand the question. What is it? Um, yeah, sick buffaloes. Um, I'm trying to think of like a particular one that would be kind of unique to talk about in terms of the interaction with girls here. In terms of like scams. I think that it's the kind of thing like if you because like okay, so there are things that you're gonna get scammed, or whether you want to consider it a scam or something like that. For instance, if I go to a bar, and then there's like you got overcharged. Well, you can sit there and like, especially if I'm on live stream, I could sit there and like cause a fuss about it, which it's more food for the haters, or I can just you know deal with it, pay it, and leave, or and sometimes you have to just do that, whether it's me live or whether it's like kind of um, whether you just want to ruin your day over like $10 or less. You know what I mean? Certainly I'm on a budget. You don't want to have that kind of stuff happen all the time, but it's like you just have to weigh certain things, and some bars should know better, or some places or people should know better, and and you can explain to them that they lost a customer or something like that when that happens to you, or just write it off and just don't repeat to go back there, or whatever, however you want to deal with it. But in terms of like, what was the other part of that I was going to talk about? If yeah, just pay it and leave, or yeah, whatever. I'm just kind of babbling. Sorry. What else is part of this? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of guys. I mean, like you just have to sort of weigh things. You know what I mean? Like, are you being taken advantage of? If you are being taken advantage of often, you need to start to sort of question how you're posturing yourself. Um, Girls will take advantage of guys who act a certain way and stuff like that. I mean, no offense if that happens to you a lot, but it's something you have to figure out how to change your game and your communication with them and stuff like that. Hello, are you D-Jack? Yeah, I'm good. Um, but yeah, I mean, as far as like um, if it happens to you frequently, now it's going to happen to you inevitably, whether you're not claiming to be some perfect whatever all-star kind of thing that nothing ever happens to me, but inevitably things happen, and you can either weigh how how important it is to cause a fuss and waste your time and your energy and all this kind of stuff over it, or just, pay it and move on and stuff like that. There's a lot of that here. Um, uh, And sometimes things are, you're paying for things. It's, there's all sorts of. It's not just girls, and but but there's just any number of ways of dealing with kind of money situations, and it's not just specifically Thailand. It's travel in general and stuff like that. You just have to be cautious of it. You have to be able to read a person's character when you're dealing with them, especially like a woman or if it's or whoever it is, relations of people. Like women for guys or guys for women or whatever. I mean, because there's think about it from their perspective. I mean, there's probably guys that pull scams on them. They get ripped off too and stuff. So they have to be on their guard. But if you go into a lot of these situations with a little bit more kind of understanding of things and sort of just obviously you're not always dealing with level-headed people. First of all, so rationalizing a lot of the things that I'm talking about is pointless. But if you can read a person well, you can understand that you're dealing with a person that's not a rational person, or that is a person who's intentionally is trying to manipulate you or whatever. Then just that's a whole nother route that you need to kind of understand and deal with and act accordingly. Oh, this is one. I'm sorry, I've kind of been missing these things, but this is one that you just mentioned. Or let's see, they would pretend they were sick, they would fall asleep, they would not wake up until noon. Yeah, that's a scam. That's and then that happens. Just it's for. I mean, there's all sorts of things in terms of like the pretending kind of thing, and the best way to handle those situations is just to politely say goodbye to them, and and you have to know when to. Was it know when to hold them, know when to run away, kind of thing. Oh, thank you very much, Ashley. Um, just got that from PayPal. Um, and so yeah, what was I saying? Know when to hold them, know when to run away. Got to count your money when you're sitting at the table, whatever. Or that song is. But let's see. Okay, I'll eat the watermelon and go for a walk. Let me finish up some of these, and then I'll be moving on. Let's see. Yeah, finding exactly, Jack. But that's it's tricky too. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just if this is the same Jack that I know here, yeah, I mean it's the kind of thing. I mean, this is what I want to talk to you. This is a topic we could talk about later on our when you're with me live streaming because I think it's very important to talk about and it's an interesting topic. But really, it's about reading people. Like I said, this is not gender. This is like whatever gender neutral kind of a topic because women have to deal with the same kind of bullshit. Everybody's people dealing with people in general. But yeah, you have to read characters and stuff like that. Oh, okay. Well, I believe you if you say yes, I am. Can you text me online on my phone and I'll know for sure. But yeah, like we've talked about, Jack. It's like it's just being able to read a person's character and to certainly there are very twisted people that people kind of will try to manipulate and to But just as you can't, yeah, yeah. Well, really, no, I'm not even talking about. I mean, this is for fun as well. I mean, someone was talking earlier. I don't know if you heard it. Whatever we've been talking about scams. Specifically, it was like what scams girls play on people here. Okay, okay, I got it. So, so yeah, I mean, and I didn't want to get it. I was just talking sort of in generalized sort of terms about because I think that that's the very first thing, right? Wouldn't you agree? I mean, that you have to judge their character. Now, okay, so there's different types of girls. I'm just going to talk. Oh, I'm going to talk in general as far as girls, because I'm a guy. I'm interested in girls, and when you meet girls, there's different types of girls. And for whatever reason, you want to meet them. You want to meet a girl who likes to talk a lot, likes to have good conversation, or you meet a girl who maybe you're just really physically attracted to. And you don't talk a lot, or whatever. Or maybe there's a girl that you have more feelings toward and stuff like that. Or maybe there's a girl that maybe has a certain characteristic that what I haven't named or whatever, or physical characteristic or whatever, fetish you have or something like that, that you're attracted to, but all the other things are not, you know, involved. But you go after that, and you have to know and be a little bit honest with the person. It's helpful, I think, to explain to them that you're not interested in a long-term relationship, if that's what and you got to be able to read that from the start. If you have a hunch, you know, just be cautious. Stepping into a lot of these situations and stuff like that. And I think that I know that a lot of this stuff is just rationalizing something that you're dealing with people that are humans are not rational creatures. They're emotional creatures. So that's why a lot of when people get into these arguments and these different problems and scams and stuff, sometimes it's triggered through an emotional kind of thing. You may end up being with a very wonderful person, but you trigger them wrong, and then all of a sudden you're dealing with some psychotic person or whatever that anyway, blah blah blah. Go back. Dude, Randall, I mean, you're nailing it. Speak good English at first, and then all of a sudden they can't speak English at all. I had that happen before. High five. You know what I mean? Absolutely. That is an excellent one. I mean, like these are topics that yeah, these are definitely worthy topics of making a video about. Like I said before, there's some things that I'm a little hesitant about, just in terms of people manipulating shit that I say. It's unfortunate, or whatever, but I guess whatever. It's when if the world is full of sheeple that believe some things that they hear or whatever, and parrot things, and that's why there's that's why you can sell so much cheap junk and crap in the world to so many people, because a lot of people are just they're not being rational, thinking with their noggin, they're thinking with their emotions and character judgments. Yeah, no, a lot of people or a lot of women are married. Yeah, I know that. I know a lot of married women. I mean, that's why I know a lot of married women that I'm friends with that even not a lot, I should say, but I know some that they don't I've not been able to film them on my live stream because they're married, and they don't even want their husbands to know they're in this town. So, but I'm friends with them and hang out with them, and, respect them for if they don't want to be on camera. Then unfortunately, I can't film them, but a couple of them would be great content, and they share a lot of very insightful information that would be great to share. Yeah, that's it's tough as far as different Pac-Man. That's why a lot of people They're sort of fed up with that stuff. And yeah, uh, these movements and things like that, you know, it's like on one side of things, it's kind of I understand maybe the people have suffered in their lives that why they would gravitate towards certain movements and stuff like that. But I think that a lot of the movements that go on, it's really about uh, communication and better communication. Um, the, maybe the tactics and the ways that people are trying to get change in the world need to be um, done in a different way, reconsidered, um, and that makes sense. Um, yeah, Randall. There's like all those. Plus, I don't know if Randall, you read of all those books that have been written by um, foreigner by dudes here that are sort of like the stories of coming here. There's a lot of good, um, books about that that just tell the story. I think there's one called like Money Number One. Is it Money Number One? I think. Um, but then there's also like kind of stories, just novels or whatever about storybooks about situations. So you can learn from reading some of those. I haven't read too many of them, but I've heard lots of horror stories, and that well before I even moved here, I dated a Thai girl in Los Angeles. And she gave me lots of information, and then I had several friends um, who had been to Thailand in my life who told me lots of things before I got here. And even when you hear things, it's still, I mean, it's kind of like you got to put your hand on the stove sometimes. Not you have to, but I mean, like, it just happens. You can be as prepared as you want to be, and there's a lot of people who think that they're above, you know, oh, I know all those things, and yeah, I know those things too. But like I said, sometimes it's just inevitable. You fall into these situations, and you just deal with them as they come. Um, like get scammed at a bar or something like that. Just it'll happen randomly, and no matter how much knowledge you have, inevitably you'd be lying to say that you've never you know been scammed, even though you're aware of a scam happening and stuff like that. But like I said, it's more about how you deal with it when it's happening or after or whatever. It's how severe it is how you need to react, or how bad you're being scammed or something like that. Take time and different things into consideration. Trying to be level-headed about the situation. It's not always helpful, especially if there's someone, like, whatever. If there's like a woman screaming at you or something like that. And it's like, try to calm the situation in a peaceful way. Okay, I'll have to check out that book. Yeah, I mean, I think from the my friends that are like the old guys that have lived here a long time, they've they've told me a lot of stories. I mean, yes, just yesterday I was talking to some guys that I about they're reminiscing about back in the day, and even some of them we're talking about even like 5 years back, 10 years back, not not so far back. How things have changed considerably, and how but that's the case for everywhere. I mean, if people do that in Hawaii, and I did it. I mean, change is inevitable, and it happens and stuff like that. So, but yeah, as far as reminiscing about, I remember back in my day, I could get this and that, or whatever kind of thing. Um, but yeah, you can't always expect uh, everything to be the same. Things change, tides change, vibes change. The exchange rates change. Everything. Good morning. How are you? Um, I'm doing all right. Yeah, yeah. No, exactly, Randall. Like that's why I'm saying, like, when you start to sense that either the person you're dealing with, maybe you feel that she's has potential to be a scammer, or that you sense that that there's something that is amiss, um, that and a lot of times, you're not going to find out until you're sit there, you know maybe you've brought her back to your room or something like that, um, and then it's like wah wah wah. So what are you gonna do in this situation? And you got a dead fish that you just hooked. You're like, she was all you know raring to go and excitement, and happy faces and stuff like that. You come back to the room, you got a sour puss and a dead fish on your hands. Cut your losses, just get her out and move on. Can't at that point. You can't. You would only be escalating the problem if you tried to, know, um, try to make it. I mean, you can make it better as far as but you know what I'm getting at. Time is of the essence, especially when you're here for a short period of time. But we're all here for a short period of time on this planet, if you think about it. So that's why, but especially when you're on holiday. So, it's going to yeah. Yeah, but like you said, go to insomnia. In my opinion, I actually don't like meeting girls in the clubs. Uh, I personally think that a lot of the ones that you meet in those situations are especially the ones that you need to worry about in terms of like kind of scam, and you know, um, and that they don't have your best interest in mind. I'll just say when you're meeting them, I would say especially the girl, in my opinion, especially the girls that you meet uh, in the clubs. Um, for a number of reasons, possibly. I can just guess. Yeah. And yeah, no money, no honey. Well, that's the case with a lot of the world, but yeah. And you got to use the no money, no honey to your advantage, because when you're dealing with someone who you think their honey is sour, you need to start saying how much no money you have, and then you easily can cut your loss there. Um, when you start crying poor mouth to a girl, who's obviously that you are aware that she's scamming you or trying to, is leading you on, or that's not the one. You just start talking about how broke and poor you are and stuff like that to her, and you, know, you won't have to ask her to leave. um, right? Yeah, no. If it's late and it's true. But that's also, like I said, you're also dealing with a different crowd because it's late and they've already gotten off work, and so they're just kind of, that's where they go when they go and get off work. So their money is on the mind mission kind of thing increases as you're late into the night where you're meeting, meeting these girls. You get the typical questions when you meet them. Where are you from? How long you stay here? How long you be here before, or whatever kind of thing. Where you stay, where you stay is basically how much money does this guy have? You stay in a nice hotel, you stay in a shitty hotel. You know, these are all sort of legitimate questions. They have to size you up. They're obviously how long you stay here, how many times you've been here. Very obvious questions of how easily is this guy going to be scammed. Now, these are typical questions that they have to size you up as far as like they don't want to be wasted. Whether money is on their mind or whether they're just uh, whether they're just just sort of getting to know you and just for their own safety kind of thing, which is totally understandable. These are all typical questions, and a lot of times it's just sizing you up. So, and don't take offense to it. Don't take these questions the wrong way. I would say, depending on how you feel about the person, this is all how you can read them. Read the reactions, and you're going to get them probably in the same order. Where are you from first? Where you from is, oh, America? Oh, there's money. Where are you from? Maybe some other place that they think maybe has less money, then they will put you in that category. So that's a money question. The question of where you stay. Once again, it's that money question. A nice hotel, not a nice hotel. How long you been here, and how long have you been here many times? That's do you have any sort of sense of things? Maybe in a polite way. Sometimes you can kind of explain, either if you. I'm not saying to lie, but I mean it's like you need to make them aware that you're knowledgeable of scams without being like I won't. If you say I've only been here once or whatever, but I know about all the scams. They're not even going to get that, and it's also kind of a negative thing. And just be like don't worry, I've been here enough. I know. Or whatever, however you want to put it, or whatever, depending on their language skills and stuff like that. But if you feel like you're knowledgeable, act like that you've been here a few times. I'm not telling people to lie, but I mean that's generally what they're trying to size you up for. So if you're just dumb and you don't, not dumb, but you know what I mean. If you're not knowledgeable about certain things that you can learn about that people explain to you, then just give them the answer that's appropriate to what your level of understanding is, right? Then what are some? I'm going to read these, but there are several other questions that you get asked, general questions and things like that, that have reasons why they ask them and stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, whether you're here or anywhere in the world, the hotter the girl, the more kind of, BS that you can end up putting up with, because you're dealing with a person, whether they have a lot of money, they have a lot of clout, they have a lot of looks, better looks, whatever, that kind of thing. You're dealing with a person who has a different perspective on life. It doesn't necessarily have to deal with the same kind of nonsense that we all have to deal with, you know. So so yeah, I mean, and that's also what I was talking about earlier, um, of when you're whatever you're deciding, the girl that you're interested in going with, say she's fulfilling some sort of characteristic that you want that night or that week or whatever the hell, you know, that year or lifetime, that you have to you know, just kind of just to I don't know, you get what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm babbling a little bit, overthinking that one. I think you know my point of what I'm getting at. Yeah, where you stay. I know these are all like it's annoying questions, but like I said, if you just think about it in terms of from their perspective, they have to size you up. If you're broke and they want some guy with money, then you know, don't lie and tell them that you're staying in a nice hotel, or don't tell them you're staying in a shitty hotel, unless that would be the where you're testing them. You know, if you want to test them for their heart or something like that, and you want to tell them you live in a shitty hotel and you're actually staying in a nice hotel, then you can do that. But those sorts of tests can also backfire. Um, you know, is it how important is it to, you know, to tell them that you know, that you're staying in a lousy hotel when you're not, or something like that. You know, certainly you don't want to just be like, I'm balling it, you know? I mean, like, you don't want to say that, you know? I mean, because then it's just like, you know, just vacuum to your wallet or something like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, as far as like the hot ones, you know how it is. You get these hot ones, and unless you are equal to them and looks and things like that, and that maybe that you actually provide something that they want more than just money, then don't expect more than just being with a very attractive girl that night or something like that, you know. And don't expect them to have the same sort of mutual respect for you because they get treated different all their life, and that's how people are. I mean, it's just goes to their head and stuff like that. Um, let's see. Um, do most girls live together? I don't know. It kind of depends. I mean, I know a lot of girls that I meet. There's not. I'll just say this. I mean, there's any variety. There's girls that I know that live alone. That are you know whether they're bar girls or freelance or random, they live alone, which is always kind of amazing to me, and kind of nice because you get to spend the night at their house. Um, and or there's the ones that have a girlfriend or that they call their sister, and may or may not really be their real sister. Um, and uh, and then you know you crash over at their house, and you know you got their friend sleeping with you on the bed with you sometimes, which is may or may not be a good thing, you know. Um, and but sometimes it's just like they have these crash pads, and you know they just share them with their girlfriends, and you know, so they'll live together. And then there's also these girls that have these places where the apartment is only for girls. Now, whether some of them lie about that, or in fact there are maybe some apartment buildings that only rent out to females and stuff like that, which I think is possibly true. Um, but there are the girls that claim to live in an apartment building that is only for they rent out to girls, um, single girls and stuff like that. So there's that as well. But girls that I know, a couple of them that said that, just fine. That's okay. I'm not going to stay at your place or something like that. Whatever. But don't get too hung up on it, I think. I don't. Um, let's see. Where did I leave off? Secret to success? I don't know. I don't know if I'm successful. Uh, let's see. Success is something that it's a tricky one, um, and it's something that could be, depending on how you look at things, it's just a never-ending life is it's a beautiful struggle sometimes, especially if you're trying to achieve anything. You're going to have uh, opposition, or you have just the balance of nature, yin and yang. Um, so, so I would say that a lot of times the forces of nature and things that provide something that is equal to, you know, the positive to the negative, you know, um, and may not necessarily be, they may not happen at the same time. So, for instance, if there's a negative that's happening, the positive may not happen for quite some time, but it's about doing the beautiful struggle or dealing with the situation to get to the good. But then there's the ebb and flow of the forces of nature, and that you know um, that it will be good and it will be bad. Some days will be good days, some days will be bad days, right? Um, what have I learned live streaming in Thailand? Who are you, Magic? Who are you really? Let's see. Koreans situation. The hot chicks. I don't know what you mean by that, Randall. Let's see. Hot chicks. I saw. Working at I don't understand the first part of the Koreans, um, but Korean chicks are hot. I mean, and especially in Korea, man. I don't know if you've ever been to Seoul and stuff like that, but they're hot chicks. And like, I would say out of all the like modeling shows and stuff like that that happen, if you look on YouTube, I would say look at Korean fitness model girls, like the shows that they have, like the fitness model contest. Damn, man. And a lot of, I mean, it's probably a lot, they're very into plastic surgery and stuff like that, but they're also into like, I don't know, man, smoking tight, killer, amazing, beautiful women. Anyway, but yeah, and as far as ones that work at makeup counters and stuff like that, it's not another place, good place to meet girls. You know, I mean, hot chicks that work at department stores and work in certain businesses and stuff like that. You're dealing with a very different person. You know, when you meet those girls and stuff like that. But likewise, they're probably interested in a long-term relationship. So you got to, you know, be that guy as well if that's, you know, if that's what you want to be. But don't waste your time if that's not what you're going after. Um, um, let's see. It's so funny, like this. Just go elsewhere, you know, go life. It's so funny with okay. Um, let's- oh, yeah. It's wasting our time. For all the things that you can do with your life, losers decide to do these things that are just hateful and um, yeah, of all the battles people can can pick of all the problems in the world, and they come after me. It's like what's the real agenda? What's the real MO? Who are they really? Um, yeah, you think that's a scam? The female apartments only? I don't know. It's possible. Um, but yeah, but I just that just puts them in a different category when I hear that. Like I don't know if I believe it or not, but it's one of those things. Like, how much do I really care if that's the case? Um, and if you've been hanging out with a girl that you're friends with here or whatever, or, more than friends with, or friends with benefits kind of thing, and they've been telling you these kinds of things and stuff, or they change their story midstream, as you're knowing them and stuff like that, then you just take those things into consideration, right? Um, oh yeah, well I may be meeting up with Boyfly. Um, we had talked about that, so maybe our streams will connect. Let's see. Um, yes, do I keep in touch with Charlie? Yes, all the time. Just spoke to him before I went live today. Talked to him this morning. He was texting me, and we were talking, which is very funny as far as like just, what the communication that you have, that I have with him and stuff like that, and that the separation of the people who are his fans, that don't think that I am that I'm a bad influence on him and stuff like that. They don't listen to what he's clearly said in several videos that he's made. Um, he he they need to listen to that. You know what I mean? I'm not. Um, Charlie has taught me a lot of things about myself and about handling live stream and doing stuff and um, and it's I'm yeah, I'm grateful for that. We don't always agree and stuff, and it's fine, and uh, but it's like with everybody kind of thing. I mean, um, but but as far as like I always kind of we get a kick out of like these people that are like obsessed with them, that think that that I am this horrible person, that I'm a bad influence on him, as if he's never touched a bottle of liquor, or that I'm peer pressuring him, and I mean, it could be, it's yeah. I'll just say this: it's like, in my opinion, it's kind of like the opposite. I'm the non-drinker. And that if anybody who's had sort of the pressure of going to walking street or doing some certain things, it's my own doing. I'm a man, and I made that decision. He doesn't put a gun to my head, and I'm not a sheep that follows him either. But it's just kind of funny how I mean, it's just trolling, probably, whatever. But it's just what people end up what they even troll about. It's just sort of, it's just like, wow. But I think that it's possible that there are people that legitimately think that, which is just like, been drinking the Kool-Aid, as they say, drunk on the Kool-Aid. It's not Kool-Aid that he's been providing, as far as like he's being honest with them about that kind of stuff. I don't know what they've been twisting something, their own delusional sort of things. Okay. Let's see if we know to spend too much money. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's people that spend too much money, whether they're Korean, Japanese, or wherever. There's dudes that do that, or people that don't know how to handle situations. And once again, this is a world thing. It's not something that's exclusive to here. It's like even just guys in your own town, wherever you stand on this planet. There's guys that'll just shell out money to girls, and and the girl's not going to respect them for that. You can't. when I was younger, I was guilty of that. When I got to a point in my career and I was doing well, and I sort of scored some girl that I felt it was like so wonderful, which you know, come to realize it was just like I was just kind of young, dumb, and full of you know the wrong ideas, and and I got taken advantage of, and lesson learned. Um, yeah, but I don't know. I had some. I mean, okay, this is just generally stereotype and whatever. Like a lot of Korean girls are, and like they're pretty wild and sometimes a little more. I don't want to say crazy, but um, in terms of like, yeah, I don't know, whatever. That's just a generalization. It's just not. It could be a coincidence that I've met some that are a little more eccentric than um, other ethnicities. Let me say that. They have to speak in these sort of ways, so it can't be good sound bites. Yeah. Hey, hello, Brad. How's it going? Hello. Let's see. I'm just doing my thing here. Doing my thing. Um, Having a laugh at me. Um, I'm just doing my thing. I'll do what I want, where I want. Hopefully, enjoy the show. Enjoy the entertainment. Um, Sorry, I don't remember what that was from. But yeah, Charlie's rant about cars. I know that kind of. I mean, I don't remember how I reacted to it, but that kind of threw me for a loop. It's funny Charlie's opinions about technology. How he's really for one type of technology, but he's really against other types of technology. He's a very smart guy, and it's interesting how he chooses his battles of like the whole thing with cars. And it was really kind of, I mean, honestly, at least if it was the same night that you're talking about, or whatever, when is that if that's the same night that I'm talking about, it's like the I was just like, whoa, for real? That's interesting. I didn't realize he never had a driver's license, and that he felt that way about cars, and that's kind of cool. I mean, like in a certain sense, but it logically for some of us, maybe it doesn't make sense because he's a very technical person. And that's where we sort of have a difference of opinions. Um, where he insists that best quality camera is more important than story. I personally think kind of the other way around. Yeah, and not that I think that a good quality camera is it's not it's ideal. It'd be great to have and stuff like that, but I don't think it's necessary. And I watched a video very early on in making videos that I was introduced to this kind of idea from a professor who showed. I don't know if you guys remember Pixel Vision cameras, but it was a camera. Pixel Vision is made by some toy company, plastic camera, and you put an audio cassette in it, and it would record video only, black and white. And this person had made this. This is pre-YouTube. This kid, made this video. Very interesting stories with this, you know, um, black and white video only camera. And his point of showing that to us is that it's not necessary to have the latest and greatest of technology, and that story and we are we're emotional creatures and things like that. Feeling that it's the feeling you get from it and stuff like that. Um, that's why I mean, you see these, you know, I guess an argument in favor of this would be the example that you see these amazing, beautiful, like, just nature films that are shot on like just crazy expensive cameras here on YouTube that have like a fraction of the views of someone just ranting in front of a webcam or whatever kind of thing. You know, that's a perfect example of that. It's about the story. It's about the feeling that someone gets. It's not about the technology. It's not even about the beauty that you're seeing in the scene of nature or you know a hot girl or someone who people are attracted to. You know, certainly there are those videos of whatever some cute girl in her on her webcam. Once again, probably a very cheap camera or something like that. That they have tons of views. But yeah. Anyway, I'll just rest my case with that kind of thing. You get the point. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, really? I I'll just say this. Like I told him this recently. I haven't really noticed him smiling too much in his videos, and I told him that a couple of days ago that his videos seem very serious, and I know it's like it's not like he's like depressed. I don't think like right now. He's very being very productive and stuff like that and focused. But yeah, he's trying to stay sober and stuff like that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's I think that the impression that you get when you watch those things is like it's a very serious time, and it's like, and I just said that to maybe lighten it up a little bit and let people know that you are happy and it's not all doom and gloom and stuff like that, or that feeling, because that's kind of the feeling that I got from watching it, because it just didn't seem to smile so much, and when I'm talking to him and stuff like that, the fact that I know that he's um, happy. What's the reason for the new channel? It's just necessary to have a new channel. I want to separate. I just want to have a live channel, and I want to have this other channel, and I want to have other channels as well. It's there are many YouTubers that have several channels. It's just good sense. It just makes good sense to have many channels. That's my spiel. Yeah, the Hoppa Chicks in Hawaii. Um, as far as where Korea or Hawaii, I'm not exactly sure what that was a question to. Sorry, I'm behind in reading facts, whatever. But yeah, Hoppa Chicks tend to. I mean, they're Hoppa Chicks in Hawaii. They're the unicorns, I mean, they know it. A lot of girls are like I'm Hoppa, and it's because they tend to be like kind of diamonds. Yeah. Um, let's see. Yes, I'm a traveling person, so I will be traveling more in my life, and will be continuing to make videos about it and stuff like that. Um, I'm going to say something like that. Yeah. It's what do I think about that? I think the fact that I am the most, if that's if you're saying controversial or whatever, I mean it's It's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. if that's if that's whatever true or what you think or what people think, it's absolutely ridiculous. Especially with all the problems and things in the world and here and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, that's what you're gonna get on. So I've caught up. With, questions and stuff, and let's see. Man, I've been talking. It's almost 4 o'clock. Um, well, Alan, that's none of your business. Not to be whatever. I mean, not to be rude, but it's not. That's my business. That's I prefer not to talk about that. Do you want to? Maybe that's something that you want to talk about your stuff like that, but I don't. It's not. Yes, it's watermelon time. Thank you for reminding me, Randall. um, I'm not going to fall for that one. Let's see. There's Boy on the Beach. Yes. Yay, Boy's back. Good try. I'm texting Boyfly. Should turn up the volume. It's excessive. So should I cut the watermelon now? Yeah, if I'm going to take it, I'm going to cut the watermelon. Well, maybe I'll ask Boyfly if he wants some watermelon. Then this is what I'll do. I'll have a um, want to share a watermelon with me. Okay, so I'm asking Boyfly if he wants to share a watermelon with me. Is he reading it? He seems puzzled. Oh, he's got a mustache kicking. Boyfly's got a mustache now. He's a grown man now. He's Manfly. He doesn't seem to understand my question. Okay, well, I'm going to go down to the beach and eat a watermelon, and he can have some if he wants, if I see him or whatever. I don't think he understands what I'm asking. Do I say whatever a lot? Yeah, go to my merch. I have merch right now. He doesn't want. Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot. He only eats banana and coconut. Boy Fly is awesome. What's the story about Karate Kid? I don't know. It's kind of a long one. Um, I met him, through Bjorn's stream. He was helping him out, and it's he. But I guess he's from here, but his family lives in Bangkok and here, so he kind of alternates between the two cities and stuff like that. He seems to have a pretty good life. But he's a good guy. He's really, really intelligent and really nice person. What's my favorite place in Thailand? I don't know. Um, let's see. Yeah, sorry, not which. Yeah, he doesn't like watermelon. He told me that. I should have remembered this. He told me that last time I hung out with him. Boy Fly only eats bananas and coconut. He likes those two things. He doesn't like any other fruit or things. I was just like, oh, that's weird. But those are very nutritious. Um, but my last girlfriend, someone just approached him on the beach. He wants him to go away. Oh, now he's asking him to leave. Boy Fly is hilarious. Okay, yeah, my ex-girlfriend didn't like watermelon, and that was one of the reasons I broke up with her. I'm just kidding. Wait, has my stream stopped, or is this lagging? No. Um, is he Thai or Korean? He's Thai. What? He turned his stream off. Man. Oh, okay, that place. Yeah, I've been in there, but I've never actually um, had fun there or done, whatever, you know, um, met any chicks there. But yeah, you go upstairs, it's like, it's awesome. Um, there's some hotties there. Hello, how are you? Welcome. So yeah, I guess some dude asked him to turn off his live stream, so hopefully he will start back soon, and then I can meet up with him or whatever. But, does he eat fried chicken and grape soda? I don't know, man. I don't know if he does or not. Hey, Prince, what's up? Welcome to the new channel. Okay, it looks like Boy has started back again. Um, Yeah, I should check that out. Actually, someone who I met, like friend, um, who was on holiday when I first arrived, he told me about that place, and I was just like, I wasn't aware of it, and then I went in there and I was like, hell yeah! And it's so funny. I've actually been here so long that he came back. I don't know if he's still here. I wasn't able to meet up with him, but he asked me, and this is before I started on YouTube. But he asked me to. He's like, "Hey man, you still in town?" And I was like, "Actually, I have not left, with the exception of whatever um, going to other countries occasionally." But 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 yeah, it's funny. That's how I found out about the place. Um, yeah, but, but it's kind of like there's those types of places, but then there's also it's always nice to kind of just wander around and randomly find those like unicorns in bars, right? You know what I'm talking about, Randall? you know, just those are that's kind of fun. Adds to the sort of the excitement and adventure of being here. So I'm gonna cut the watermelon, and I haven't even taken a shower yet. I gotta jump in the shower, which I'll spare you that visual. Um, and and then head out. And then there's also something happening. Yeah, this is perfect timing. It's 4 o'clock. There's something happening after that, and then something happening after that. So stay tuned. We have a lot more live stream, you know, to enjoy. So it'll be on my other channel because it'll have to, for mobile reasons, whatever. But make sure you subscribe, um, and to this channel because this will be my live stream channel. Um, yeah, going around. Yes, 7 and 8. That's there's sometimes there's always like unicorns, diamonds in the rough. No, no, no. I'm not going to take a shower on live stream, but I have to take a shower in general. I mean, I have not showered yet today, but I showered with Bjorn on our live streams when we were together at the beach. Actually, twice I showered with Bjorn. It was one time when we were leaving the beach, and we went into that scuffed shower. I don't know if you saw that. I was having reception problems, and my channel, my stream was kind of cutting out. But then another time, we were Boyfly and Bjorn and I. We all showered at the whatever the water park. Um, so it's so funny. Just meeting Bjorn, showered with him so many times, and met the guy. Not that we were like scrubbing each other's backs or anything. I don't know what that is. Wow, it looks very nice sky out. I'm watching Boy fly, sky above him. It's been pretty nice lately. It hasn't been super hot, and it's been kind of nice. So, yeah, I wanted to like play some music. I think maybe tomorrow when I do this or whatever, I'm gonna sort of play some music because this channel is not monetized, so I can just kind of play some damn music and stuff like that, and have some freedom and fun with doing this. So pre-monetization kind of thing. So, let me think. Should I cut it? I know some people roll live streams and while they're doing other things. Oh damn! There's some drama. Dude's yelling at Boyfly. Lucky I'm not there. I wouldn't put up with that shit. I'm talking to Boyfly like that. It's so gone. He's a nice guy. Boyfly's a great guy. That guy's just grumping on him. Oh, someone's got a drone there, which probably has a camera on it. He's not yelling at the guy with the drone. And is the jerk also yelling at the drone camera guy? It's so funny, people that yell about a camera, but they don't seem to have any problems with all the other cameras that are pointing at them as well, private businesses and whatever. And a lot of those are streamed as well, whether they know it or not, or worse. No, can't point it out the window for privacy reasons. Sorry. So, I think I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it and then play some music, take a shower, get myself all ready, go out, go take my watermelon, and then start my my live stream on my other channel because I can do that mobily. So I'll be back in a bit. So if you can, come back and enjoy. And make sure you subscribe to this channel because I will not be live streaming on that other channel in a bit. So there will not be an option. Okay. Peace. Enjoy. Laters. Oh, how am I closing this? So where is it? I forgot that I'm in OBS. Here, I'll give you the. Let's see, where is it? So I'll flash over the. Bam! And then I'll put this title. Bam! Check back later. See you guys. Have fun. Well, I feel the same about you. You're sitting around and watching this all this time. Okay. Bye.